Hello, everyone. Scott here from Discovery Coaching, welcoming you to Phase 2, Week 5 of the Life Direction Blueprint, Redirection Blueprint, defining your core values. This is exciting for a number of reasons. Of course, knowing your values is really important to planning your life. But this is Phase 2, and in Phase 2, after you, in Phase 1, got really clear with where you're at, how you got there, what it looks like, now it's time to start creating in your mind the vision for the future and really swinging for the fence. Don't worry about how you're going to do it. We'll talk about that later. What is it that you want to do? Which is just really exciting. To do this properly, you need to know what's important to you and what's not important to you. What's important to you, not because it's important to someone else. You. So you really have to get clear here, and this might be an exercise you want to do in solitude for that reason. Knowing your values can really help you ensure you plan a life that will be fulfilling, because when your values are fulfilled, life is fulfilling. But when you're spending time chasing someone else's values, it can be quite the opposite. On the next page, you're going to find a big long list of common values. You don't have to stick to those, but it might make it easier. Pick 10, and once you've picked 10, try and pick the most important 5 of the 10. And you can work with those when visioning and blueprinting out your future life. Because then you'll really know why you're making this plan. And it's not for someone else, it's for you. For example, authenticity. I know full well that I should be shooting this video maybe with a cool background, not my cap on, with well done hair that I went to the barbershop on, and maybe a shirt I didn't have for 5 years. But honestly, I don't care about any of that crap. Or the fact that I said crap. So here I am. Join me. Let's just be ourselves. Make a life that we want to live, that makes us fulfilled. Who's coming with me? Oh, I like this video. Here's the list. Pick 10, cut it down to 5. Now you want to look out for these ones. These are the ones that you should do. And I guess, if the situation were right, you could do. And if you had $1 million, what you would do. Are these really the things that are important to you? Be careful that you're not living life and designing a brand new one that's to make someone else happy. It's you that needs to be fulfilled. So you discover through this exercise what's important to you, what you've been doing that's not important to you. What do you do with that? Well, start small, like many of the exercises we do. Look at your week, look at your calendar, look what you're doing next week. Which of those things align with your values now that you see them, and which of those things don't? Can you make a small change there? Maybe it's one thing. Maybe it's cutting something a little shorter. Just see how you're living your life and which of those activities are fulfilling according to the values you've written down. And which of those activities are you doing because you feel you should do? Again, with any of this, if you need some assistance, I'm happy to act as your life coach. In fact, I'm honored and be so excited to see how you're working through Phase 2. Book a discovery call with the link at the bottom of the page. Completely complimentary, half-an-hour conversation. We'll spend the vast majority of that talking about how you're doing with this process. And at the end, just a quick 5-minute conversation on what it would look like to have me support you through it, which many people find helpful. I'll see you in week 6.